But in between your eyes and your mouth, you should have an antivirus in your mind. And you know why? Because that is where what you see is processed. Now, what's the difference? Why am I living the kind of life I'm living? You see, let me tell you, do you know what you hear is not as powerful as what you see? No. What you hear is not as powerful as you know. You can hear something. If they ask you, are you sure? You say, I'm not sure, I'm not very sure. But you can't see something and people, you will even die. I saw it. What are you saying? You want to make me a liar? You want to make me a liar? But what I had, somebody else said it. But I saw it. So what you see, and my father says, in India, he says, you use the eyes to understand what you hear. It's a proverb in our tribe. You use your eyes to understand what you're hearing, which means you can never be sure and certain until you see what you're hearing. So, why is it my life is different? My eyes will go out there and see a woman with big bottom. See a woman walking. But when it comes to my bread, virus alarm. Dangerous. Does that make sense? Antivirus will hold it. Liver, dangerous. So I say, okay. And when I want to look again, I say, blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus. Antivirus. What was the thing that attracted the danger? Your eyes. And a wise man like Job, in Job 31 verse 1, he said, when I understood this, I entered into covenant with my eyes, not to look at a woman lustfully. You see money, hey, your eyes catch it, it's your own. When it comes to your bread, virus. Your future will be terminated. Your integrity will be terminated. Don't touch it. Ask for the owner. Give it back to him. Don't steal it. But it was your eyes that saw it. Have you not heard? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. What was the power or the media or the medium that transferred the information to the heart, the mind? It was the eyes. What you don't see, you have not understood. I repeat, what you don't see, you have not understood. What you don't see, you have not understood. Until you see, then David said, until I went to the temple and read, and saw the end of the wicked. He said, my leg would have stayed. Until you see, you have not understood. Don't allow anybody to fool you. And until you act, there's no wisdom. Wisdom is acting what God says. The principal thing is wisdom. In all you're getting, get wisdom. Do what God says. Knowledge, the first level of knowledge is information. The second level is understanding. You have to see. Don't only hear, see. That's what the Bible says. Faith coming by hearing. And another hearing. You've heard the first one from the Bible. Man shall not live by the Bible alone, by bread alone. This is the bread of life. But by every word. But when you hear the Holy Spirit, do you know why the Holy Spirit? Let me tell you, you have never heard from God if you don't believe this definition. I've seen only once. I've had it clear. Do you know when you are hearing it, you are seeing it happen immediately? I don't know the power that does it. Immediately you are hearing the voice of God. Boom. You are seeing it happening. You are seeing. Sometimes when you finish hearing, you just behave as if something disappeared. Immediately God is talking. There is a vision. You are seeing it. So you don't even need. So when you want your faith to grow, first of all, you hear the word of God. You wait for the Holy Ghost. And when the Holy Ghost is speaking to you, you are seeing it. That was why Isaiah said, in Isaiah chapter 2 verse 1, the word of the Lord that Isaiah saw. You don't see word. But he was hearing God and was seeing. And And when God was asking Moses, if you must win Pharaoh, 7 verse 1, Exodus, he says, see, understand. And that is why I'm going to finish Buhari. I have already seen his wickedness. I'm not hearing. Buhari is living in Israel. I mean, all of his Gowan, all of them, unless if I be a man of God. If I be, there's nothing on earth. All the atrocities, all the, thank God for the power of prayer. And when I saw the wickedness, you know, so many bishops, pastors in Nigeria are seeing it now. Church, all I'm trying to say in effect is that true success starts with born again.
Wow.
And if you don't, and if you only with that, you will understand. Now, let me show you something. I think our time is fast spent. But we'll see what we're going to do in the evening. Read Hebrew chapter 10, verse 26.
Now read.
First of all, read Acts of Apostles, chapter 17, verse 30. Acts of Apostles, 17, verse 30.
Now read.
Yes.
In the times of this ignorance, God winked at, but now commanded all men everywhere to repent.
Now listen to this. There are times, if you make a mistake, when you don't understand, God will overlook. If you don't, you see, 1 or 2, I don't know the time, but the Bible says, until your disobedience is full. But if you go to Exodus, being a shadow of the real thing, is it Exodus or Numbers? It's Numbers. You see, he said they have done this thing 10 times. Say they have done this. God said, I've been counting it. This is the 10th time. And this 10th time, I will not forgive. Mm-hmm. So I can't say that until your disobedience is full is 10 times, or doing it, 2 times or 3 times. But I know there is a time, a number of times you will do things in ignorance, and God will forgive. But a time is coming in when He will not. Does that make sense? Now, if you read from that place, it said there is a chance that if you do something ignorantly, God will forgive. It's also suggesting if you do something consciously, knowing it, you've understood it, God will not forgive. Am I making sense? Now you've already known, God has taken time to tell you, God has done this. The Bible says whatever that is revealed to you belongs to you. In Deuteronomy 29, verse 29, it says anything God reveals to you is in your power either to accept it or to destroy it. Now, God has in His infinite mercy allowed you and be gracious to you in your time of ignorance. But now you have learned. He knows when you learn it. He knows when you have understood it. He knows when everything is concrete in your memory. And look at what He says after that. What you look at Hebrew chapter 9, 10, verse 26, please.
And I read.
Yes.
Verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Who is the sacrifice for sin? Jesus. He's saying that Jesus will not come back again and die, which means you have exceeded. You have made shipwreck. Now, let me be quick to say this. Unbelievers are not partakers of this law, this particular law I'm talking about. Does that make sense? Anybody that have not known God, anybody that is not born again, is only talking about born again Christians. And that is why it is very hard for any born again to go back, to go to hell. Do you know what happens? Did I teach you? What are the things about born again? When you accept to be a born again, what happens? What's the major thing? You have given God
Oh, death warrant.
You have signed your death warrant. And Isaiah 57, verse 1 and 2, it says, instead of you to sin, God will kill you. So for the fact that Jesus cannot come back again and die again, God will not allow you to get to that level. That's why many born-again Christians are taken. They die suddenly. People doesn't understand. God is one protecting himself so that he will not be a liar, because he sees the end. In as much as he still gives us the chance to either accept his way or do our own. But if you find out, the Bible says you have done this 10 times, maybe when you do it the first time, second time, the third time, when it's getting to the 10th time, let's say it's the 10th time, you've done the 9th time, God will kill you. God will take you away. I don't know what it means when person dies. What killed him? Something killed that person. Is that not true? Yeah. Either old age. I remember when I said, God will kill you in a meeting in Australia. They wanted to call police. Hey, what did he say? Which God kills? I said, The Bible says he raised his hand, he killed. Why do you want to stone me like Jesus? Is it not in the Bible? I'm telling you, they were all very serious praying. And Pastor Joseph said from the other end, if God said, if I leave Church of Commission, he will kill me. They wanted to call ambulance. The Bible talks about 70% as God of war. It's only about 15 to 20% it talks about love. It's just that the people, you sit down, don't try to. You know the problem we have in Australia? That is the problem. A pastor will be preaching. Imagine when a pastor is preaching, a genuine man of God preaching. It's just like Bishop Harry Westcott. In his level, he has wrought a revival in this nation. He was one of his New South Wales. In his level, if he's preaching now, people will not say, why is he preaching that? This is so. But don't try to teach your teachers. You see, the Bible says, be humble in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17. Because if they give account of you in a wrong way before God, it will affect you. And a man like that, you don't check his level. Why not come to him and say, I didn't understand. What were you really saying, Pastor? But they will say, no, this is how he's supposed to preach. He was supposed to put his man like this. He was supposed to put his man like this. He was supposed to speak like this. What does that mean? You know more than him. You are teaching him. Why not we try and humble ourselves and go to Jehovah and say, Daddy, we don't understand. Why is it that the Bible talks more about war, about you? I'm certain, and I know, it will tell you, my son, I am in the level I am today because I'm a warrior. That was why even when the devil has not appeared in Genesis chapter 1, he says, subdue, take dominion, replenish the earth. And this is why even in the ark it's called God of hosts, of the armies. So that's the problem we have. Imagine a mortal man telling you that God is wrong, this is that. Why not? When I humbled myself and he taught me, I'm telling you, if you see my character towards my loved one, towards everybody, it's more of love. But yet it was the God of war that taught me love. Am I making sense? It was still the God of war that taught me love. Everybody around me, they see, I don't argue. I can't change any man. If God doesn't help you, no one can help you. Why should I argue? I can't change you. You have every right, the same right I have to talk. Talk like a machine. I don't have time. On Facebook, you want to show me you're better than me. Thankfully noted. I still thank you, as I have noted your point. And it ends the whole problem. You are wiser than me, so I have learned from you too. Do you know the greatest advice you give yourself? The greatest advice is not the one somebody gave you. It's the one you give yourself. I'm still in foundation. Our time has gone. So I want to establish something. Because without this establishment, you will not understand the message I'm going to preach today. Because I'm going to talk about one of the killers of our generation is listening to our spouses. You might marry a woman tomorrow or marry a man tomorrow. And when that woman is speaking outside the two real things on earth, which is Jehovah and his promises, please do not follow the instruction of that woman. It's unrealistic. Unrealistic of the world's reality. It doesn't matter how much she loves you. It doesn't matter how much he loves you. But if anything that woman is telling you, if anything that man, your husband or your wife or your partner, or whom he is outside God and his promises, it's not real. And what happens? Let me give you an example of how the success of a man is. God created oranges, right? Naturally. When you go to natural orange, created by God, what do you see inside? Seed. Do you know the meaning of seed? Seed is life. That's the key meaning of seed. So if you are an orange and you have seed inside of you, so where is your life? That's why it's called potentials.
Wow.
Now, man's technology, let's say the orange takes how long to grow?
Very long time.
Now, man's technology has made it, it can grow within, shorten the time, and now it comes without seed. Have you seen oranges that doesn't have seed?
Yes.
Have you seen it's sweet, it's natural, it's sweet. Man, they are sweet. Imagine when you are eating a watermelon without seed. But do you know what you're eating? You are eating something that doesn't have life. There's no seed in it. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
That's the success of a man. You just finish the sweetness at that time with watermelon. Oh, where is the seed? Let me plant. I love it. Let me plant another one. You get it nowhere. He didn't come with seed. That's civilization. That's the success of man. Success of man doesn't come with life. It comes with an atom of death. Which means immediately you finish it, it dies. Seed means life. That is why that is the only two things you can do ahead of you. You sow seed and the word you speak. And Jesus also said in John chapter 6, verse 63, the flesh profited nothing. But the word that I speak to you, they are life and they are spirit. Two things that have life in them. The word you speak and what? Because the power of life and death is in the tongue. And the seed you sow. So seed, originally, in Greek, it means life. So what do? You buy orange. I love them. Natural orange. And agriculture, technical, They've also started doing it in chicken.
Yeah.
And these are the chicken, we call them fella. Any little thing, their leg breath. Any little thing, no life, no strength, no immunization, natural, antibodies. But the one God, that one can go anywhere, even if snake will bite it. You get back yourself. You go, yeah, very strong. They are bone. When you eat them, eat the bones, you find it. The bone of the one, and that's the one I like eating because I want something that crack my teeth. Crack. But the chicken one, you don't know when you eat it, you think you're eating flesh. I brought on the bone frap with this kind of my teeth. You don't see teeth. I've laid a foundation. In the evening, I will now come up learning. Because of time, let's take our Holy Communion. Thank you,
God.
Now, this is our month of going out to make God known to our loved ones. This is our month because it's Mission Week. This was the month that Daosa died. Daosa died the month of March. And he was born September 11, the day I was there. Church, we must go.
Amen.
And when we go, we are not going as president and founders. We are not going as apostles, bishops. We are not going as pastors. We are going as witnesses. Do you know why? Because it's not our business. It's the Holy Ghost. But we have to activate the Holy Ghost. You see what I do on Monday? Imagine when I finish speaking in tongues and I go to preach to somebody. They will not see any flesh. It will just be Holy Ghost talking to the person. It's in the Bible. He said that when you stand before them, Matthew 10, 19 and 18. He said, don't worry about what to say, for the Spirit of your Father will be speaking through your mouth. He said, don't worry. And he will give you a word that they cannot gainsay. They can't. So we are only witnesses. So we are carrying the power. He said, when Holy Ghost shall come upon you, you shall receive power. When you shall receive, when it comes up, it's not the power will come when he overshadow you. You shall receive power, and you shall be my witnesses. So this month is the month we are going to share what we have been enjoying. You see my testimony, you see what God is doing in my family, you see what God is doing in the church, you see everything I lay my hand upon. I don't struggle to lead because I'm not the leader. I'm a follower. The Holy Ghost is the one leading. He that began this good work. I didn't begin it. I didn't begin my marriage. I didn't begin Church of God Mission, Malaysia, Australia. He that began this good work in us, he will finish it. Am I making sense, church?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that I'm really talking? Now this is the power. We've come to service our body.
Amen.
To be able to run well. In this month of evangelism, this mission month, April is our family week. Church of God Mission Global.